mean, hearing you speak, I mean, you're definitely inspirational just by your tonality and what you're saying. And again, you're overcoming things that potentially people said about you when you was younger. So that's one side of the coin. So my next question is, being that you are so entrepreneurial, right, and you have so much insight, did you get that from someone maybe in your family, maybe your dad or an uncle or an aunt? Like, where are you getting your entrepreneurial insight from genetically?
Well, first of all, I don't think it's genetically. I think that's bullshit. I think we way overplay genetics. And whenever we look at something else making our decision or making us, we weaken ourselves. Now, I don't believe in a self-made woman or a self-made man. We need all of us to grind and spark each other and that kind of thing. But it's what you do with what you've been given. Sure, you've got a genetic code, and absolutely it has some effect. Diseases you may be challenged with, learning abilities or whatever that may be, and I don't take that lightly, but don't use that as an excuse to stay where you are. you know it's an excuse is a permission slip to stay where you are.
Mhm.
Reason just is just that, having a good excuse to be where you are. you know and what did George Bernard Shaw say? He said, listen, it's the reasonable man adapts himself to the world, but the unreasonable man makes the world adapt to him.
Mm.
He said, therefore, all progress in the world is done by unreasonable people, unreasonable people. And so, and I'm not saying to be, you're licensed to be a jerk to people. You want to be pleasant to work with, where people want to come back to you and do business with you again. But it's like, don't hide behind a story that's not empowering you.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, I had to learn to read and write again. I was almost killed in a car wreck, and my brother was killed in a car wreck, the same car wreck, and I wasn't expected to live. And but for the grace of God, go I. I'm not anybody special. I'm not anybody that's got any kind of a super human abilities. It's just is having some want to, and is keep on getting up when you get knocked down.
Mm.
And I got I got more failures that I can tell you than successes. And so that's why I love what I'm doing. I'm telling you, I was talking to a guy that was having a rough time making payroll. And I've spoken to crowds of 20,000 people. And I feel the smile of God as much on me talking to this plumber that could barely make payroll, barely being able to afford his mortgage. And I was talking to him just a couple of years ago, and he was just making a few $1,000s a month. And now he's making between 40 and $50,000 profit on top of a handsome salary he's paying himself. 40 to $50,000 a month in profits every month.
Mm.
I mean, that gets me up early in the morning. And the people watching this, they've got the capacity. Some of them are into it. It's great. I could learn tons from everybody watching this. I promise you, from everybody watching this. Some have already kind of in that zone. Some of you can see your promised land from where you are. Just keep on trekking. I read a lot. I ask a lot of questions. I begin kind of a Zen concept of having that beginner's mind here. I don't want what I know to block me from learning what I need to know. And I surround with myself with people that aren't so impressed with me that they're gonna tell me how the cow eats the cabbage. you know? They're gonna tell me, that my stuff doesn't smell so good. So deal with it.